Take a look at that. Pat Walsh and Tyler King. The first thing I notice is it's everybody's favorite weight class. I'm talking about the heavyweights. 8-inch reach advantage for Tyler King, but he's giving up 8, 9 years in youth, but he's got several inches.
Okay, Pat.
Emily Miller, our ring card girl there. Let's get this one going. We got one of the best referees in the business. Big Dan Bergliotta. Oh, Pat Walsh is crazy. I like him.
Oh, yeah. He's
I'm
doing
into
his
it so
opponent's
far.
work for him. He was beating himself in the face a little bit.
I saw,
let's go.
I saw that as well. Tyler King looks serious business.
That's it. Let him come to you.
It's not going to be your typical heavyweight fight, guys. These are smaller guys. I'm sitting next to the middleweight and light heavyweight champ, who I think probably weighs close to 220, 225, 228. These guys weighed in about 228, 230. So definitely going to be more athletic and stereotypical. Boy, Pat Walsh had no problem with that. He pushed him in the fence. You know, we always talk about submissions are more common in the first round when guys are dry, but the same thing goes for the wrestling and the takedowns. Pat Walsh was able to push him in the fence, drop down, control that hip, and drag him to the mat, and largely because they're dry. There's no slippery going on right now. Tyler King holding on.
And it looks like he's going to go do a drop right here.
If Tyler was to break that guard and just put a foot on the mat, he's up. He's got the elevation he needs, but he's got to bring his foot out.
He's trying to get that head so he can go for a slam here. I knew it.
That's it. Pressure. Don't let him go to your back.
Tyler King is taking those underhooks at. Now he's got the fence to support him. He's back up to his feet.
Nice team. Keep them
Body shots.
Good body shots by Walsh.
That's it.
Nice sneaky left hand.
Elbows work. Elbows work.
And King is really square up against the fence. It looks like he's going to be taken down very easily here.
That's it. Breathe. Breathe.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity while King has this underhook to reverse positions, use that leverage and try to throw Walsh off, and there he goes. What we call trading positions, put the other guy's back against the cage if you can. And generally the guy with the underhook gets to make that decision.
And Walsh is looking to drag this down to the ground, trying to connect those hands. Looks like he's having difficulty with some of King's length.
Watch your head down, Pat. Get your feet apart. That's it. Get on top.
Walsh gets him up. King goes down.
Pressure down. You want at least half guard. That's it. Heavy.
You do not want your back flat on the mat, particularly when the cage is there holding you. Anytime you hit this position that Tyler King is in, he needs to scoot instantly and get his back against the fence.
Now he's starting to beat on that arm now.
Remember, we trained that. I want to see you higher.
He'll go back to it.
I want to see you higher on the half guard.
You hear Daniel Gracie in the corner right now instructing Walsh
Go. You know what
to
to
pass
do.
the guard
Get a little
and
higher.
start searching for the
Bring the
submission.
other leg to help. Come on. Come on, Pat.
And he's forcing it, but this is going to give King an opportunity to know what's going on here. He's got to be a little bit more deceptive with the way he goes about getting that Kimura.
King doing a good job of finding the underhook. That is a very hard thing to do, but he's not doing anything with it. He's locking his hands, he's pulling him tight. That's a protective position, and in large part, he is protecting himself from damage, but he's not winning the fist fight.
He's not advancing at all. And the clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking. King's back is now flat on the mat. A wrestler would call this being pinned. It's very hard to do anything from here. He's got to get a hip down. He's got to get a hip down and start to advance his position. Here's his opportunity.
Walsh wants him back up on the feet.
With nobody on top of him, it still took King 3 seconds to get to his feet.
Now put him down.
And I think they're going to sat him back down on the ground again. A little up and down will always get you nice and tired.
Use the cage. Use the cage. That's it.
Especially when you're not used to it.
Bounce.
Very nice.
King under the chin here, but he hasn't even locked his hands.
Lock the wrist. Shoulder choke. Remember.
Walsh is out of any danger of the guillotine.
Keep the angle. Keep the angle.
I thought Tyler King was in an okay position to attempt one, and at least now he's coming back to his feet a little bit here. Nothing stopping him, David, from standing all the way to his feet should he want to.
I think King is just tired now. Good body shots.
That's it.
Great shots by Walsh.
Take it down, Todd. Watch the knee. Snap it down.
Walsh is open for a left knee here from King.
There you go. Get behind him. Turn into him. Turn into him.
Trying not to give up the back. He's using the fence.
That's
A good
it.
job to
That's
square
it.
up.
Perfect.
Now he's got the underhook.
Go. You put him in the cage.
And now he's going to look to reverse this position. He's just trying to stop the knees from getting in there.
Come on, Pat. He's going to throw that knee high, okay?
Those darn knees will take you out your game plan
Yes,
every
they
time.
will. Yes, they will. And they'll sink into your psyche. You begin thinking about
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Well, King came back to life in the last 30 seconds of that
See the
round.
lace, please.
Don't make the fight more difficult than it has to be.
That's right.
Let's go. Close that gate, please.
Old
All
Walsh
right,
still
second
looks
round,
like
ready?
a
Second round, let's go.
pretty
Fight.
happy guy.
He's still smiling.
Yeah, he looks like he's having a little fun out there. Good to see.
Right there, Tyler. Hands up. Start with the cross. That's it. Start with the cross, Pat. Cross hook.
And I tell you what, Walsh is really comfortable now because he knows that at any moment that he can take this fight back down to the ground.
Nice. Good one.
And he tried the elbow. Didn't work, but he definitely tried.
Swinging a little wide there. Pretty good power when he connects. Does Pat Walsh.
He's feeling. That's it. Again. Set it up.
And these guys have just signed an agreement to stand and bang.
Yeah, they certainly have. I'm surprised Walsh hasn't broken that agreement. I thought he'd do what you said, which is just go back to what he knows will work.
Option, Pat. 1-2 option. Nice. Nice. Good job, bro. There you go. Pat, get on the cage. Breathe. That's it.
I saw Pat Walsh fight in the UFC, and this is what he did the whole fight. He changed elevation, he faked like he was going to shoot, and he came back up with the hands. He did that for the duration of the fight. He neglected the takedowns, and he looked pretty good at it. He'll do a fake shot, and then he'll lead with a hook, follow that up with a cross.
Definitely starting to find his mark here. He's definitely pushing the pace and controlling the tempo of the fight here.
Remember downstairs, upstairs. That's it.
Oh, King with the tie clinch throws a big knee. I don't know why he let that clinch go.
Come on. 1-2 option.
Should hang on that head all day if his opponent will let him. And here King comes back in.
Walsh has got to be careful not to punch himself out here.
He's grabbing your head to throw the uppercuts in the knee. He's feeling that. Let's go.
And the punches don't have to be hard, Chael. It only takes 6 ounces of pressure. That's all.
Exactly right.
Don't have to be hard.
Just have a goal to touch him. Touch
That
your
is
opponent.
it. That is it. And do it often.
Old King is a little more game in this second round than I thought he would be. I think part of that is because Walsh has switched strategies here in the second round.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Pat.
Walsh was wrestle, and now he's box.
Again, same thing.
I think that he should just mix it all up.
He's feeling your punch here.
Yeah, he can throw these strikes and then tackle at any point. Or fake the tackle and come back upstairs to the strikes.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what round 3 has in store.
Come on, Pat. Time to finish this fight. Put him down.
And if you see when King goes to defend those shots, he's got no defense downstairs for those takedowns.
Come on, let's go.
Ooh, Walsh digging to the body.
Circle now. Circle, bro.
Those are going to hurt now and tomorrow.
Nice. There you go. Nice, Tyler. Watch the knee. There you go. Let's take him down, Tyler.
King controlling this tie-up
Take
now.
him down.
That surprises me. Based on what we
Come
saw
on,
in the
Pat.
first
Come on, Pat.
round, this surprises me.
Pat, time to put him down, Pat. Let's circle up. But finish the takedown.
And they're calling for takedowns, and he gets it.
Well, he gets it with very little resistance.
At will.
Yes, he's getting it at will. I don't know why he didn't go for that sooner. Strategy-wise, if he wanted to try things, very nice here how he rotates right to that hip. He's isolating the arm on the far side.
He was looking for it in round 1.
That's it. Come back to the elbow. Keep the pressure. He's gonna give you the back.
Push his head down, man.
Shoulder choke. Shoulder choke.
Right there. His corner's calling for the shoulder choke right there. It's a good way to trap the glove in there. The guy can't get it out. People think that if you just let the guillotine go, you can't let the guillotine go. Your hand's stuck.
Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat.
Yes, you have to address the problem. And here Pat Walsh clears him off. Keeps looking like he's going to set up a possible key lock or Kimura.
Come on, body, head.
But he comes back to the ground and pound.
Get a hook in, man. Pound. You gotta get a butterfly hook in. Let's go. Get up on your hand.
Mr. Side control right here. He's looking to get that hook in when he stands up.
Pat Walsh punching on the break there. Very good technique, very excellent time to strike.
Just a lunging right hand, but it worked.
Hands up, Tyler. Come on.
Beautiful timing right there, and downstairs we go.
Excellent takedown.
Watch your head
Way
down.
to drive him. Now Walsh right here.
At least half guard.
As he's on top, King locks him down. He's got what we call a closed guard where his feet are touching. He's got him locked down. That's an excellent defensive position.
He's got to get something going with it.
There's not a lot of submissions he's going to have from there. He's got two options with the Kimura and the guillotine. He had neither locked up. So he's content to hold that position. Now Pat Walsh has me curious what we're going to see in round 3. We saw a wrestler in round 1 out of him. We saw a good boxer in round 2. What's he got in store here in round 3?
You probably lost. All right, final round.
Okay.
You ready? You ready? Mouthpiece in. Let's go. Fight.
Use the ringside scoring app. You can score from home. I'm using it right now from the announce table. David Branch and I both have ours open. It's completely free. Get out your smartphone, go to the search section, type in ringside app. Oh, there's a big takedown from Pat Walsh. You guys can score from home. All you do is enter your name and email address. It's that quick and easy. We'll be reading scores from the fans throughout the night, comparing them to the great Renzo Gracie and myself scores. Mr. Walsh stays on top. Guys, with this app, you will even be entered to win a 65-inch television set and an Xbox. Pat Walsh comes right back into there. He drops down. Now, this is what you were talking about in the last round. You were saying he needs to combine the two. Why just box? Why just wrestle? Why not box into wrestling? It looks like now he's doing it your way, David.
It's much more effective when you put him in the blender.
Elbow.
And on this one, King just conceded the takedown. He's accepting this position, and he's down. He needs to do something here.
Okay, and start to get your leg free. Don't let him go behind you anymore, or he's going to stand up.
Very good advice from Walsh's corner.
Now.
Walsh should be able to mount from here. He's got to push that knee down. This is a battle on the knee. Right there, he's pushing the knee down, and he gets it.
He gets it, but just
There's a good stand-up by King.
Come on. Be ready, let's go. That's it. Don't give your Get the guillotine. Come on, lock the guillotine.
Lock it up, Pat.
You can get a stand-up guillotine in there.
A front headlock position by Walsh. There is several guillotines and Dar-style chokes he can do from here.
Let's go.
King defends it. Walsh drops down, drags him to the mat.
going to call for that shoulder choke again, and he lets it go.
Don't let him go behind you anymore. You have to hold his head in and start to get your leg free. That's it. Mount.
Pat Walsh has been very effective here tonight, David, but his game plan has been all over the board. It's as though he cannot make up his mind on what it is he wants to do. I think if he really focused in, he's had a couple of chokes, he's had a key lock or two locked up, but he hasn't been disciplined enough to officially go for it. He's working a little harder here than he has to. There was a pass, but he just lets it go, and now King's back up to his feet.
And he keeps lunging in on the way up on the feet. He needs to stop doing that. King sees this and is trying to intercept that with an elbow.
Fake and go in the middle. Fake and go in the middle. Let's go.
Walsh with that lead hook.
And the fatigue factor is starting to set in now.
Spread your feet, spread your feet, spread your feet, spread your feet.
And we'll see another takedown here.
Finish it.
That's it.
A lot of energy there.
Oh, yeah.
Good technique. I'm not sure you need to waste all that energy.
Just get the arm free. Get the arm free. That's it. Now pass. Pass.
Good pass there by Pat Walsh.
Now we're in side control. Let's see what's going to happen here. Good elbows.
Don't let him turn the face anymore. Otherwise, he's going to turn.
Walsh needs to slide that right knee really tight against the stomach and end up in the mount position and start. There he is. Oh, but it wasn't tight enough.
Well, he only slid halfway. He put his knee up there, allowed King to come back. Now, Walsh is still in a very good position to the point we were discussing a moment ago. Walsh just hasn't quite shown the discipline to commit to a specific finish or position. This fight's been all over the place. And Walsh definitely has this, the skills and the strength to keep it locked in, but he's just not quite willing to do it.
King tries for a takedown of his own, ends up on the bottom again.
Come on. You want to hold his head in, Pat.
Very simple thing he needs to do is push the knee and slide his right leg out. Another thing that he can do is take his right arm and underhook the leg and then pull it out. Different ways to extract the leg from half guard position. He needs to definitely take that leg out because it's harder to hit guys there.
Come on, come on.
Let's see if Walsh can hold this position. David, I sure appreciate you joining me here. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Joe.
I was wondering if you wouldn't mind coming back for the main card, which is going to be on NBC Sports Network, starting at 8:30 Eastern. I got to make sure all the fans know that. We'd love to have you back if you've got a free moment between signing autographs and polishing your belts. So you want to go out on a limb and make a prediction for the main event, Finch Okami?
I think Okami might drag it out.
Wow, we saw a little blood open up there. I actually missed the technique where that came from. Somewhere about the last 15 seconds, Pat Walsh was able to open up a cut on Tyler King. I believe that's Tyler.
That's it.
King's blood right over his eye. There were some good elbows there by Pat Walsh. I'm assuming one of those came at the end there. Let's find out if Henzo, myself, and you fans had it right. Jazz, let us know.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fighting, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judges Joseph Feldman, David Torelli, and David Ginsburg all scored 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, the Kung Fu Panda, Pat